My name is Nick Carroll, and I've owned a bar for 20 years. I also own a company called Bar Beverage Control, which markets a patented inventory process that I developed in my bar and have used since it's been open. If you're interested in learning more about our inventory system, click on the link at the top right-hand corner of the screen. The first video will be covering how to install a new toilet in your establishment. From my experience, patrons in the bar business are very rough on plumbing. Pipes, drains, and fixtures get things dropped on them or kicked. Sometimes it's accidental and sometimes it's on purpose. Either way, fixtures in the bar bathrooms are subjected to the roughest treatment, and if you call a plumber every time something's broken, you're going to be spending a lot of your hard-earned money. To repair a toilet, we gave it a 2 on the pain in the ass chart and a potential savings of 4. So in our opinion, replacing a broken toilet on your own is something worth doing. It's a little gross and it takes an hour or two, but the potential savings are significant. Last year we had to install 4 toilets at my bar, and the cost of having a local plumber buy the fixture and install it was $400. I bought an ADA compliant toilet for $98, and I also purchased a heavy duty wax ring and some bathroom silicone for $5 each, making the total cost $108, which is a savings of $292 per toilet. So in my case, I saved over $1,000 for the year. To start with, you're going to need the following tools: a pair of channel lock pliers. I also included a picture of needle nose vice grip pliers. You may not need this, but I always have mine handy in case there's a problem attaching the bowl. Next, you need a plastic bowl or bucket, a sponge, a level, and a disposable cup. If you don't have these items, you can buy them at the store you buy your toilet from. The toilet you need needs to be an ADA compliant one, and if you have questions about this, you can go to the website www.ada.com. I went to Home Depot and I bought the least expensive one, which was $98. The seat height was 17 inches and the bowl was elongated. I also bought a heavy-duty wax ring. The toilet may come with a ring, but it's a good idea to buy a better one. It makes it easier to seal and only costs $5. The toilet should fit in the backseat of your car if you have a 4-door sedan, truck, or SUV. When unloading it, it's a good idea to have either a 2-wheeler cart or the help of another person so you don't hurt your back when carrying it inside. Once inside, take everything out of the box, read the installation part of the manual, and install the new toilet. The instructions I had suggested putting the tank on the bowl after the bowl was sealed. I always assemble it first. I don't really know which way is easier. I just always put it together first so I don't have to crouch down in a corner when assembling it. After fastening the new toilet together, go to the old one and take off the seat. In this case, the new toilet didn't come with a seat, so I'm going to use the old one. Next, the water line needs to be turned off the stool. With the water line off, I'm going to drain the toilet, so I flush it a few times, and then with the plastic cup, I'll scoop out as much water as possible. When I can't get any more water with the cup, I take out the sponge and get the remaining water out. It's a good idea to dump your water down another toilet instead of a sink drain. With the water out, I disconnect the water line to the tank. Then I get out my channel locks and vice grips and loosen the flange bolts. With the lock washers removed from the flange bolts, I can lift the old stool off the sewer drain and place it on top of the cardboard that came with the new stool. Now I put a bar rag in the drain pipe so I don't have to smell sewer gas. You will need to make sure you remove this though before you put the stool on. There was a tool I forgot to mention that you will need. It's a putty knife. This is a pretty gross job, so you may want to get a disposable one. Take the putty knife out and scrape off the old wax ring off the flange. Once the flange is pretty clean, take out a new wax ring and take off the plastic around it. Bring the new toilet into the bathroom and attach the wax ring on the bottom of the stool. Press pretty hard because you're going to want this to stick to the stool. In the wax ring box there should be a new set of flange bolts. Get these out and fit the flange bolts in the openings of the flange and turn them so that they're secure. Then put the plastic washers and fasten them to the flange bolts so they stick up straight. The rag needs to come off the drain pipe, and now I'm going to sit the stool with the wax ring attached into place on the top of the flange. This next step is crucial. Place a level on the stool and gently tighten the lock nuts onto the bolts. Make sure the stool settles level on the wax ring, so go back and forth, tightening a little on each side until the lock nuts are tight. But make sure you don't over tighten them because you don't want to crack the porcelain. I'm making sure that the stool is level side to side and front to back. The flange under this stool was not completely level, so in this case I had to use shims on each side of the stool. Usually you won't have to do this. After the bolts are snug and the stool is level, get some white bathroom silicone and put a line of silicone around the stool. An additional step you can take is to buy some plumber's putty and with your channel lock pliers grab each bolt right above the locking nuts at the groove. Bend the bolt sharply to snap off the ends. Then put plumber's putty in the caps that come with the stool and put them over the flange bolts. Finally, reattach the water line and test it out. The area around the stool should be dry. And that is all there is to it. It wasn't a lot of fun and it was kind of gross, but I saved $300 and it only took me an hour. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.